All right, we are live. Hey, you guys. I want to make sure I'm coming through okay. Okay, yeah, we are ready to rock. So hello, everyone out there. My name is Leah Laughlin, and this is a mini Pacesetter series, I guess we can call it. It's kind of a scaled down version of other Pacesetter series that we've done, and kind of a mini version of what we did in the fall, which was Daring Greatly. And so this Pacesetters is called #Make It Happen. Make it happen. And I'm going to talk about what that means and just go over a couple things tonight. We're just going to be on here for 30 minutes, okay? So I want to cover a couple of what I consider to be some important things that are going to happen in this Pacesetters. And then every other one, okay, so every other Monday, what we're going to do is do a private Q&A session. Okay, so I'm going to give you a chance to post questions all week that you want to ask, that you're curious about, that you're wondering about, that you want to be trained on. And I'm going to collect them all week and then prepare the training based on what you feel like you need. Because that's what I want to give you. I want to give you what you feel like you need that's going to support you in growing your business. So let's get started here. I just want to make sure I'm coming through loud and clear. Okay, somebody said their screen says we'll be live in a few minutes. Refresh your browser. Yeah, refresh your browser if you don't see me, but you wouldn't hear me say that if you can't see me. So I want to make sure everyone is coming through here. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to talk about really four main things tonight. The first is the promotion that we're going to do. I don't see anything. Hold on. Refresh your browser. Oops. Okay, I think I'm coming through loud and clear, and for some people, they just need to refresh their browser, so I just trust that they're going to figure that out. Okay, so first of all, the promotion. I want you to know where you can win, okay, and where you can show up with a win. And I created this Pacesetters not necessarily as an invite to our entire area. I just wanted it for people who want something. And that's really what your vouchers are going to be all about. I mean, the challenges, honestly, are for people who really want something out of their business. And so that's why I had you RSVP. And I wanted you to tell me what you wanted and why you wanted it and why it was significant to you. And so this is for people who want something. And the challenge is going to be for people who want something, okay? So we're going to recognize new and promoted Reds. That is the goal, because we want leaders moving up in our area. We want leaders being birthed. We want this movement of leaders. And where that starts in Mary Kay is as a brand new red jacket or a promoted red jacket. And that's from where you were as of January 1st, so just a few days ago, whatever your career path title was. If you weren't in red, you move up to red with 3 active. And if you are in red currently, you would promote yourself in red either on February 1st or March 1st. And then we're going to celebrate on March 11th, which I'll explain in just a minute. Sales directors out there, the way you earn this is by supporting a red jacket and being a newer promoted red. Okay, so if you have a newer promoted red who's a winner in this Pacesetters, you get invited to the reception that we're going to have on March 11th, okay, which I'm going to talk a little bit about in just a second. Also, your picture does go on an area flyer that we have, and then also you go in our Epic Family newsletter. So those are some other places you can be recognized and can win. DIQs, you guys earned this shirt. Can you see this? It says make it happen. That was my inspiration for this Pacesetters series, was this shirt here that I got. Because we are women who want to make things happen, and we are women who know how to make things happen. And so DIQs and DIQs only by March 1st will get this from me at a reception on March 11th when we're all together in Cincinnati again. Okay, then we'll also do recognition based on your voucher points. You guys, each week you're gonna have a voucher to turn in. So every Sunday night it's due, and we're gonna keep track of your points that you're earning, and we will be doing recognition as we go, okay? So that's the promotion. That's the gist of it. Number 2, I wanna talk about focus. Okay? You now have a new zip code. You no longer live at your current zip code. You have a new one. And you may have seen the numbers in our Facebook group or on the flyer. It's 95610, which happens to be a small, quaint little town in California. But that is your new zip code, 95610. And since you want something, because remember, this Pacesetters is for people who want something out of this business, let's do the work it takes to get it. And the work it really takes is 95610. Now, I know you guys have heard of Jennas and Jennas Elite. So I'm sort of gonna introduce the sister to Jennas and the sister to really Jennas Elite. This is the little baby sister of Jennas Elite. She's called 95610. And it's basically the weekly challenge that you hit to hit the monthly goal of Jennas Elite, 95610. If you've been in Mary Kay for a few years, you may have heard of this. If you're new, this is probably like a new zip code or a new concept for you. So what it is, let me tell you what it is. It's 9 faces in a week. That's the 9 part, 9 faces, which really is about 2 to 3 parties in a week, 2 to 3. Or it could be one really big party. But probably you're gonna fall around 2 to 3 parties is gonna produce 9 faces. Okay, the 5. The 5 is 5 career surveys and or guests. So a combination of those to hit 5. So you're basically sharing the opportunity with about half the people that you're facialing. 9 faces, 5 career surveys and or guests. Okay, the 6, so 956 is 600 retail and sales per week. So that's, if you held 3 parties, that's $200 retail that you would sell at each party. Okay, and then the 10 is for 10. Okay, so 95610 is for the number 10, and that's for the number of bookings you'll need to have at all times. Okay, not just by the 5th, but the entire month. You have 10 bookings at all times. 95610. And so let me give you a tip with doing this and hitting this, because we're gonna basically be obsessed with this zip code for the next 4 weeks. You book 10 by the 5th, which is tomorrow, and actually our area deadline is the 6th. We gave you an extra day because there was a holiday and a Sunday and an event in the first 5 days of January. So you've got an extra day. So you hit your book 10. And what I would always do as a director is I would book 10 between the 1st and the 15th of the month. So the first half. I would book 10 to hold 5, 2 to 3 a week. And then as I got closer to the 15th of the month, I would make sure I booked 10 again for the 16th through the 30th or 31st. I would book another 10 to hold 5. So I held 10 total in the month, 2 to 3 a week. I booked 10 twice in that month, and it usually produced a power start, which is 30 faces. And when you add the career surveys and the retail and the new team member into that, it was a Jennas Elite month. And so I'm kind of giving you the weekly picture of what Gen X looks like. And this is all about focus, you guys. This is all about focus, because sometimes it is, almost all the time, it's hard to focus for an entire month, okay? But most of us can really buckle down for a week. And that's what I hope 95610 supports you in doing, is just to really buckle down and focus for a week on the 9 faces, 5 career surveys, 600 retail, 10 bookings at all times. Okay, so let's break the numbers down a little bit more. To hold 2 to 3 to produce the 9 faces is actually booking 4 to 6, because remember, half of what you book will reschedule or cancel. And so you want to book 4 to 6 to hold 2 to 3. Okay? If you need to book 4 to 6, that's about 1 booking a day if you work your Mary Kay business 5 to 6 days a week. Okay? That is 1 booking a day. 1 booking a day produces the 4 to 6 a week, which means you're going to hold 2 to 3, which then produces the faces, the career surveys, the retail sales, and then ideally you continue on with your booking. And the 1 booking a day could be on the phone because you're doing booking calls or texting, or it could be because you're at a party and you got a booking from your booking at that party. That would count for your 1-2s if you're at a party and you get a new booking. Okay, so it really boils down to 1 booking a day. 1 booking a day. That's it. 1 booking a day. That's the focus. That's the focus. And I hope you hear that and think, I can do 1 booking a day. I hope that's what you were thinking. That's what I want you to be thinking, because that's really all it takes. And sometimes people think that success takes this, I don't know, this like some kind of crazy magical work. And yes, it does take hard work, and it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of numbers. But when you boil it down to a daily picture, it's usually very, very simple. The hard part, my friends, is staying consistent. That's the hard part. It's not hard to get 1 booking a day. The hard part is doing it day after day after day and maintaining your focus, okay? Because we've got a lot of distractions in this world. There's always been distractions, but in the world we live in with technology and smartphones, we have like epic distraction. And so I'm going to ask you to get focused, to get laser focused, and get that 1 booking a day, because that's what it takes. So your new hashtag is WTF. What the focus? What the focus? 1 booking a day. That's all it takes. I mean, I dare you to do it in January and watch what unfolds in your business from that single focus of 1 booking a day. 1 booking a day can probably produce any dream or goal that you have in your Mary Kay business in your life. I promise you. Okay, so WTF, what the focus? It's 1 booking a day. Okay, so now let's talk about accountability. And I want to invite all of you to a higher level of accountability, first and foremost, to yourself. A higher level of accountability to yourself. Because who's the only person who can actually hold you accountable? Who's the only person who can do that? Yeah, it's you. It's you. I can't hold you accountable. Your director can't hold you accountable. The only person who can actually really hold you accountable is you. It happens first. It happens internally. It takes place on the inside. And then outward accountability can help you to be more effective. But if you start with outward accountability without just a commitment to yourself that you've made and a willingness to hold yourself accountable, that outward accountability usually is not effective. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to, number 1, be accountable to yourself. And then number 2, invite more outward accountability into your life. And so we want to create that with this little mini Pacesetters group that we have. We want to create this sense of accountability and this sense of community. And so that's why we have a private Facebook group. And the only people who are added are the people who RSVP'd, who told me that they want something and they told me why they wanted it. And when we got that RSVP, we added you to the Facebook group. And we want this Facebook group to be your community here for the next 4 weeks. We want to encourage each other. We want to keep each other posted on what's happening. We want to celebrate the wins. We want to celebrate each other. And when we create community, community naturally creates accountability, because all of a sudden you're accountable to these maybe 125 people that we have in the group. they're watching you. They're watching you. They want to see what you're capable of, what you can do. I'm watching. I'm ready to see what you're capable of and what's inside of you and what's going to unfold in your life and in your business for the next 4 weeks. Okay, so that's it. That's why we have that Facebook group, to create community, and community creates accountability. And so the other piece of accountability is going to be your vouchers. We've got a voucher that you're going to turn in every Sunday night. And it's just due by Sunday at midnight. You don't have to turn it in any earlier than that. Sunday by midnight. And it's the same voucher every single week. And it's 95610. 95610. And you get points for doing those pieces of activity. Okay, so the challenge is to do 9 faces, but you earn points for every face that you do. So if you do 5 faces, there are 1,000 points per face. So that would score you 5,000 points for the week for your faces. I think career surveys are worth a little bit more. And then you get points for every, I believe, 100 retail that you sell. And then here's the big one. Here's the big one. Because remember, WTF, what the focus? The 1 booking a day. This is where you can rack up some killer points. Is with new and confirmed bookings. For every new and confirmed, my friends. So just because someone texts you and says, yes, let's get together, doesn't count as a booking. Okay, it doesn't count as a booking until you confirm it and start the pre-profiling and guest list process. Okay, that's the only way it counts as a booking. But you do score 10,000 points. 10,000 points for every new and confirmed booking. And so I want to make sure this is clear. So I want to talk about it. Okay, so let's say you're doing booking calls or texts or Facebook messages and someone is interested and they're agreeing to hold a booking or get together with you. So again, it's not counted as a booking until you're doing that either next day follow-up or that day follow-up where you're calling to confirm the date. And if you do a lot of text booking or Facebook booking, we trained on this in Daring Greatly. You want to confirm and pre-profile live. Even if all the bookings happen through text, that's fine. You want to hear her voice and you want to talk to her before this party happens or before she comes to your meeting or before you guys get together. And so you talk to her live, you confirm it, pre-profile her, get her guest list. And that's when it actually counts as a new booking. Now, the guest list can be in motion, okay? So let's say she's like, yeah, I've got, so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so that I'm going to invite. Let me work on getting the guest list together. As long as she confirms the date and you've pre-profiled her, okay, because that's part of confirming too, is pre-profiling your hostess. So once you've confirmed the date and pre-profiled her and she's getting the guest list and it's in motion, that counts for your 10,000 points that you can earn per booking. And then you add up your points at the end, give us a total. We're going to do weekly recognition, and then we're going to do recognition at the end of our Pacesetters after this 4 weeks. All right? So stay connected, you guys. Stay connected. Even on your worst days, even on your days where you're like, I should have never done this Pacesetters. What was I thinking? Even on those days you want to light your starter kit on fire and throw in the towel on your Mary Kay dreams. Even on those days, stay connected. Tune into the Facebook group. Post something. Comment on something. Stay connected. Look at your voucher again. Study the 95610. Get that one booking a day that it takes to be uber successful in Mary Kay. You guys stay plugged in. We will be posting every single day, probably multiple times a day. I'll be posting information. I'll be asking you guys to crow about your victories. We just want to stay connected, okay? So we will be posting. So have your notifications on for this group for the next 4 weeks because we want to create that sense of community, okay? Even when you have nothing done in the week, send your voucher in. I I know it takes a big girl to say I did nothing this week. My numbers are 0, 0, 0, 0, not 95610. They're 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's okay. That's okay. I respect a person who can be accountable even on a bad week. I respect that. Takes a big girl. Takes a big girl to turn in 0, and we're going to invite you to do that so you can stay accountable. Accountability makes you better. Like if you want to improve in an area of your life, Mary Kay aside, invite more accountability. If it's what you want to improve your finances, if you want to improve your health, you want to improve your marriage, accountability is always a piece of that improvement. It sharpens your edge. It makes you better. We're all better when someone's watching. We're all better when someone's watching. Okay. Okay, and then last thing here as I wrap up, we've got a couple minutes left. The vouchers I talked about, it's really the same thing each week, and it's the same link. And they're pretty straightforward and simple. And then the last thing, you guys, is that next week we'll be doing a Q&A for the training. And so I'm going to post something on Facebook. I'm going to post an image. And in the comment section, because I want to kind of keep it all in one place, because it's going to help me to prepare. I'm going to ask, what questions would you love for me to answer or train on or go over next week? Comment on that post. And that's going to give us our material for next week that we're going to dig in and train on. And pretty much no question is off limits, you guys. No topic is off limits. Just go for it. What do you need to know? What would support you? What skill do you want to sharpen? If you could improve on one thing that would change everything, what would it be? Okay, start thinking about those things, because I want to hear your questions. I want to hear where you're at with your business, and I'm going to prepare some training based on what you want to hear and what you feel like would be effective for you. Okay? So stay tuned on Facebook. I'll be posting some things tonight right when I log off of here. And Happy New Year. Here's to the best 4 weeks that you have ever had. Let's get off to like a slamming awesome start to 2016 and to January. It's the perfect time of year to make things happen and create some momentum. And that is the goal. Let's #make it happen. Have a good night.